Scotland's police force has launched a court challenge amid calls for the Scottish Government to extend the inquiry into the death of Sheku Bayoh. The 31-year-old's family want it to be extended to look at why no police officer has been prosecuted for the father of two's death in 2015. That's currently being considered by the Scottish Government, and Police Scotland have now launched a legal bid for a judicial review to ensure the process behind any new powers was lawful. Well, the family's lawyer is Aamer Anwar, who's with us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. So what did the family make of this challenge by Police Scotland?
Well, they see it as a cynical last throw of the dice by the Chief Constable. It's ironic that this is an organisation that has spent, the family was shocked to find out, £22.5 million over the last few years, and they see that as an attempt to block the search for truth. And at the point at which the Lord Advocate and the Solicitor General have said they would not stand in the way of the extension of the terms of reference to look at why the previous Lord Advocate chose not to prosecute the police officers, you have the Chief Constable at the last minute decide to go to a judicial review at the Court of Session to try and stop that happening. And then they say they use the words secrecy and transparency. They believe that the whole process has been mired in that. And we go, the family is saying, why? What have you got to hide? You have spent £22.5 million. The only person that counts, the only person that should actually be listened to ultimately is the chair of the inquiry, because you can put the Bayoh family to the side. You can put the multiple police officers and Police Scotland and the Lord Advocate side. The only person that counts is the chair, Lord Brackadale, because he is the one who was appointed because he has integrity, impartiality, and has sat and listened to hundreds of thousands of pages of evidence, thousands of hours of evidence, and it's for him to say to the Scottish Government whether he wishes the terms extended or not, and for Kate Forbes to make that decision. And I think the Chief Constable should immediately withdraw this petition because it is an attack on the integrity of the inquiry.
Well, Police Scotland have given us a statement which say that they've written to the Deputy First Minister to outline an unfair approach in the ongoing process, and also that the Chief Constable has no desire to enter legal proceedings and has reluctantly applied for a judicial review to ensure the process behind any extension of the inquiry's terms of reference is lawful. Is that not a fair enough point? She's just applying for this judicial review. She's not blocking it necessarily.
No. Because what she's done is there's 17 parties, as I believe, represented, all the police officers, all the various parties. And you know, the only party that's not represented, that doesn't have funding to appear the judicial review, it's the Bayoh family. The Chief Constable may well publicly say that they support the aims of the Sheku Bayoh inquiry. Well, let's ask the question then. What exactly is wrong with the inquiry looking at why the Lord Advocate chose not to prosecute? There's nothing sacrosanct. It's archaic institution which says you can't, as a public institution, we are not allowed to know why you chose not to make this decision. The Chief Constable's lawyers obviously have sat there, two King's Counsel, a whole team of lawyers, about something like 30 odd lawyers involved from the policing side, sat for this inquiry for the last 2 years. They heard the same evidence as the Sheku Bayoh family. And what was astounding was it was evidence after evidence that showed there was sufficient evidence to prosecute the police officers. And whatever those charges were, whether a culpable homicide, serious assault, attempt to pervert the course of justice, corporate manslaughter, or health and safety laws, the Lord Advocate chose not to even make a single charge against those police officers. And we see time and time again in this country that people die in police custody and then the system covers up, and it's normally a unholy trinity of the Crown Office combined with the police, combined with PERC, that make sure that nothing happens. But in this situation, a family have fought for 9 years to get justice, and at the 11th hour, when there's a possibility for the very first time of revealing what went so badly wrong, the Chief Constable steps in with her access to millions of pounds to be able to block or to try and block. The position is quite clear. Withdraw your petition for judicial review and allow the process to take place. Stop trying to block it.
Okay, Aamer Anwar, thank you for your time this morning.